Hello and good day. My name is Bose John and I want to show you a quick analysis of what Skyway can give you in the next 10 years. I'm going to use the closest relative to Skyway, which is Tesla. Why am I choosing Tesla? I will show you in a minute. Now, Tesla, let me just show you an overview of what Tesla is. An American electric vehicle and clean energy company based in Palo Alto. Tesla just manufactures electric cars. That's what they do. They manufacture electric cars and they've been doing that for 10 years. Now look at what their share is valued at. You can already see the result is there. This result really dropped by 56%. Sorry, by $56.73. That's 3.81%. Now, this is a recent drop, which means there has been a reduction in the actual value. You can see that as at here where my mouse is, their value was 1,515 US dollar, and this was as at 9:30, and this is 12 a.m. and this is 4, and then coming on to moving forward. But this is basically just 9:30 p.m. last night. Their shares were at 1,515 US dollar per share. One share, 1,515 US dollar. Now, let me just take you back to when they started. Now, this is Tesla as at when they entered the stock market 2nd July 2010. Their shares were valued at 19.20 US dollars. Before they entered the stock market, they were selling their pre-IPO equity shares at a rate that is less than $1, just like Skyway is selling theirs now, and people are buying. People that are wise are buying. If you want to buy Tesla shares now, you will have to spend over, look at the price, 1,430.76 US dollars just to buy one unit. And then you'll be getting dividends on your one unit. But do you know what? As of now, you can still buy Skyway shares for a ridiculously cheap amount. For example, let me quickly go someplace else and show you one of the share certificates of one of the purchases I made from Skyway. You can see I bought 7,000 shares, and this cost me, okay, the price is not there. This cost me, you can see it's my name that's on the certificate. This cost me $250. Now, guess what? When Skyway enters the market, they are saying that it will be valued at $1 per share. But we all know that that's not true. We all know that the price will be a lot higher. They are only saying that for you to have a mindset that, okay, whatever you are buying now, by the time it enters market, at least it will be worth $1, which means the thing I bought for $250 will be valued at $7,000 as when they enter IPO market. And God knows it is not even going to be $1, it is going to be more. Look at Tesla. They entered the market at 19.20 US dollar per share. Skyway will enter the market at a higher value. Why do I say so? Because Tesla just makes electric cars. But what does Skyway do? Skyway makes both electric, the vehicle, and the tracks. Let me show you what Skyway does. Briefly, let me just show you Skyway technology. Let me rush over there. Just want to show you Skyway technology so that you get an idea of what we're actually inviting you to invest in. What Skyway is about? Skyway is about, very good. Skyway is an elevated transport system that has the following advantages: safety, environmental friendliness. Okay, before I go on, let me just talk a little bit about safety. First of all, the track is above ground level, which increases the safety by above 100 times, and the track is anti-derailment, and it has automation, which means it is controlled not manually, so there's no human error. It's controlled automatically. It is automated. This transportation system uses electricity. That is to say, it is not powered by fossil fuel, it's not powered by diesel, it has no pollution, so it is environmental friendly. Skyway transport runs on electricity. therefore significantly reducing harmful emission into the atmosphere. This is the singular reason why Tesla is selling, because they make electric cars and they run on electricity and reduce emission. Everybody is buying. This is the singular reason Tesla is increasing their amount of shares. But this is not all. This is all that Tesla has, but this is not all that Skyway has. That's why Skyway will be more valuable than Tesla to the world. And that is why the share value will go up accordingly to the value that it presents to the world. Now, the entire transport infrastructure requires less materials than any other transport models. To construct a track, because Skyway construct their track and they provide their vehicles. Tesla just provides vehicles to be used on the same tracks, which is roads that everybody has been using. But Skyway has its own track, it has its own road, and they make both their road and their vehicles. Now, the track of Skyway can be built using less space than conventional roads or other transport systems. Using less space. What does that mean? It means that you don't have to destroy the entire landscape just because you want to construct a track. That's what happens when you construct road. And when you construct a road, you have killed that land. You're no longer going to use it for agricultural or other purposes. It's consuming space. That space is gone. But Skyway can be constructed using very little space, and you still retain the benefits of that land. The entire transport infrastructure requires less materials than any other transport model, and it can be built in any terrain with any climate and preserve the natural ecosystem. Wonderful. Then another advantage is economy. The cost of building Skyway tracks is up to 20 times lower than the road construction or any other means of transport. The fuel cost up to 6 times lower because it is generated by electricity. You're not paying so much to fuel just the way you pay. Do you know what the aerodynamics, what the airplane industry spends in fueling their planes? The amount of fuel that a plane consumes in one trip. In fact, the amount of emission, until recently that they started regulating them and saying they must use a particular kind of oil called Jatropha oil, which is made from this natural plant. So until recently, when they started mandating planes to use Jatropha oil, the pollution used to be much. Back when you were little, you will look at a plane flying and you'll be seeing things like 2 lines emitting from the wings of the plane. It looked like 2 lines. Those were heavy clouds of polluted CO2 coming out of the wings of the plane. Until recently, they started enforcing the use of biofuel, which is this Jatropha oil that planes are now mandated to use. And even at that, it is still expensive. That's why when you fly airplane, you pay so much. You are paying for the money that they are using to fuel. But when you use Skyway, because the transportation, because the fuel cost is very low, because it's powered by electricity, then the cost of travel is also much lower. You are paying little. Let me just give you a quick one. Now, this was an analysis that was done. So yes, this is it. Skyway versus Boeing, Lagos to Abuja. If you take a flight from Lagos to Abuja, you spend 35,000 naira. It takes you there in 45 minutes. Skyway high-speed transportation that moves 500 kilometers per hour will get you there in 50 minutes and you will spend 5,000 naira. People, tell me which you would prefer. 45 minutes, 35k, or 50 minutes, 5,000 naira. Look at the difference, that you will be saving 30,000 naira and you will only be getting there 5 minutes more than the time a plane would have gotten you there. Think about it. Skyway is the future. There's nobody that in their right minds will see this and say they prefer to go and fly plane to show that they have money. No. Everybody wants to economize and they want to get there on time. And it is even safer than even the air transportation. So most people will go with Skyway. Just want to show you the analysis so that you know exactly how much you'll be saving in terms of what you actually spend compared to other means of transportation. So Skyway is the future. People will prefer Skyway. That is why the share of Skyway will be valued so high. Now, Skyway is a high-speed transportation. Skyway's high-speed transportation is up to 500 kilometers per hour. This is 2 times faster than the fastest Russian train, Sapsan. This fastest train as of now is 250 kilometers per hour. Skyway's high-speed transport moves at 500 kilometers per hour. You can see when they compare the speed with that of a plane, A plane will get you somewhere 45 minutes, Skyway just 15 minutes. Look at the difference. And yet you'll be getting there cheaper, safer. I mean, the urban transport, which is the one that moves within the city, moves at 150 kilometers per hour. Those of you that drive your car at 150. You will be afraid to drive a car at that speed. In fact, most cars have speed regulators for you not to go above 120 kilometers per hour. Now, the cargo transportation, the same thing, 150 kilometers per hour. And Skyway cargo transportation carries both containers and other materials. Imagine logistics. Imagine businesses. Those ones that used to carry all those 911 tipper that will make, in fact, if they fall on the road today, the traffic is, maybe that road will just be blocked for the entire day. This can be changed by Skyway transportation. Safer, faster, and you will no longer be experiencing the congestions in Apapa Wharf. Let me just show you some of Skyway transportation. This is urban, Skyway urban. This one runs at 150 kilometers per hour with a capacity for 6 to 8 people and can carry up to 50,000 passengers per day. There's a video. I'm not going to show you the video. I'm just going to slice to the next one. Now, this is another, still urban. This is called a Unibike, capacity of 1 to 5 people with a performance of up to 20,000 passengers in a day. One vehicle, 20,000 in a day. Think about that. Then we are still in urban. We have double rail Unibus with a capacity of 7 to 28 people with a performance of up to 50,000 passengers per day. Now we have this is the double rail Unibus. We have the single monorail Unibus, capacity of 3 to 14 people, performance of up to 50,000 passengers per day. Now we get to cargo. This one is Unitruck. This one is like what a truck will carry, a regular truck. These are the kind of things that these things can carry. It can carry up to 200 tons in weight. And then we have the Unicorns. This one carries container, just like you have all those vehicles, all those are big lorries carrying containers, because businesses are ordering and businessmen are buying cars, buying whatever it is that they need to run their business. This can deliver for you with speed of up to 80 kilometers per hour with a performance of up to 200 tons. All right. And then we have our high-speed Unibus, which can carry 4 to 24 people at a speed of 500 kilometers per hour. This is your first class travel right here. This is your plane ticket right here. This is speed. This is safety. This is environmental friendliness. This is a lot of money saved in your pocket instead of flying the regular airplane. This is Skyway, ladies and gentlemen. Now let me go back to the analysis I was doing about Skyway. Now, I think that was on another page. Great. Now, I bought 7,000 shares, as I showed you in that screenshot, in that my share certificate. I bought 7,000 shares for $250. Now, let us assume, because I know Skyway will perform better than Tesla in the stock market, because if you look at the value it's offering, it's way more than what Tesla is offering. But then let us even assume that it doesn't perform better. Let's just assume it performs the same way Tesla is performing. And that in the next 10 years, ladies and gentlemen, Skyway hits this amount, 1,500. Let's just say estimate of 1,500. Let me show you something here. If I show you for one day, let me just show you the price for one day. This is today now. The time is 6:59 a.m. You can see from where my hand is, where my time is, 6:59 a.m. As of yesterday, 9:30 p.m. yesterday night, the share value was $1,515. Now it has dropped. It will still rise because that's how the stock market is. Those of you that trade forex, you know how the thing moves up and down. But then the price is an average of this $1,500 US. Let us now calculate. You can even see down here. You can see down here the statistics. This thing I'm moving. You can see the average is just 1,500. So let us calculate using 1,500. Let's assume you buy 7,000 shares. Of course, I have more than 7,000 now. That's just one of the purchases that I made. So let's assume you bought 7,000 shares at the rate of maybe $250 like I did. And then in the next 10 years, let's now assume that in the next 10 years, a share is 1,500. Do you know what that is in dollar? That is 10,500,000 US dollars. Let us now say you are in Nigeria, and let us assume, okay, for now, Naira has been devalued, so Naira is crashing. We don't know what Naira will be like to dollar in the next 10 years, but let us even assume that as at now, I bought dollar at the rate of 465 Naira in the exchange market, but I know in the capital market it is quite cheaper. So I'm just saying, let's just use black market pricing, because of course dollar is still going to appreciate compared to Naira. So let's just use the rate that I bought the last set of dollar I purchased. I purchased them at the rate of 465 Naira per dollar. In 10 years, your investment of $250 will be worth in Naira 4,882,500,000. 7,000 shares will give you this in the next 10 years. Which real estate will you buy that will give you this? Which land will you buy that will appreciate like this? You bought a land for $250. That's 250 times 465, 116,250. And then in the next 10 years, it gives you over 4 billion naira, almost 5 billion naira. Ladies and gentlemen, please, which land will you buy for less than 200,000 naira that will give you 4? Which real estate do you want to invest that will give you this? Which car do you want to buy and set up transport company that will give you this? Skyway is the future. I keep saying it. If you don't invest in Skyway, your children will look at you and they will. If you have this opportunity and you miss it. Anyway, let's not go into that. Don't miss the Skyway opportunity. I am saying it. Don't miss it. Don't be in my friend list and be looking at me and be saying, what is this guy doing? Please buy Skyway now that we are still saying it. Buy Skyway shares. I've said my own.